It's time for Gardening Inside Out, a live show offering you plant advice for any space in your life. Introducing your perennial hosts, David Bates and Josh Carey.
Hey, welcome in, everybody. It's Saturday morning. It is time for Gardening Inside Out, coming to you live here from Bates Nursery and Garden Center and the slightly moist Bates Hollow today.
Well, depending...
That frontal passage is not passing.
Depending on where you are, it could either be a deluge or it could be just overcast.
Yes.
And it's a very clear line of delineation.
Well, it's like Whites Creek Pike. It's there's a wall.
Pretty much. Well, we'll just get right to it.
Yes,
what do you
please.
say? Let's get to it here. And, of course, today is Saturday, the 5th of April, and it's 66 degrees here at the Bates Nursery Weather Station. And we're going to have what it currently says are scattered thunderstorms. Now, it says an inch and 58 hundredths there. You know, that could be a quarter of an inch. It could be 4 inches.
Yes.
We don't know. Depending on where you are, it might be. I have looked at gauges that are to our west that have well over 2 inches this morning. We have, I think, 7/100ths of an inch where it briefly, the front just briefly touched on us. But let's get through the rest of the week on Sunday. 60 for the high and 42 for the low, finishing up the rain for the near term. And then Monday, things begin to change. Some might say improve, but we'll certainly say change. 61-36 on Monday with morning clouds. And so there's really not, since it's going to be cloudy in the morning, really not much chance of a frost that day. Tuesday, however, people need to be aware, 55-34 for the overnight low on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning is what I should say. So need to be mindful of that. Everybody's got annuals on the brain. Just, it's okay to buy them. Just, I wouldn't plant them just yet.
Hang on to them.
Wait until Thursday. And then you've got some showers coming in. Somebody's got the audio fired up there. So we've got 73-49 on Thursday, 69-45 on Friday, 72-48. Our average last frost date is between the 15th and 20th of April. So you can take that for what it's worth. There is a flood watch that remains in effect. That goes through Sunday morning, and depending on where you are and how much the creeks, and it pretty much is everywhere in Middle Tennessee, including Nashville and all the metropolitan areas. All the streams are primed up.
Ready to roll.
Really won't take very much to get them back out of the bank. So the operative word is remain aware.
Yes.
And it might be worth taking a moment to express the difference between a watch and a warning. A watch means that...
That's a watch.
Well, that's a watch, yes. But a watch also means that the conditions are right with all the ingredients are there, but they haven't been brought together. It's like, you might have all the ingredients for a taco in the kitchen.
A taco?
Yeah, a taco.
Okay.
But it's not a taco until you bring them all together.
Is it a hard shell or
it could be.
Could be a hard shell taco?
Could be, whichever you prefer.
They're messy.
So, they very much. So anyway, a warning is when you bring all the taco ingredients together.
And then you put the hot sauce on.
Yes,
you go.
That's a warning. So anyway, there's that. We're going to look at the radar here and give you an idea of, there it is. And you see how close it is. And the amazing part is that this is just skirting along the northwest side of Davidson. I mean, it's clipping Joelton and into Ashland City. And we've got a couple of panel members here who came from Cheatham County who got to experience the firsthand nature of this already today.
And who are they?
Well, we're going to get there in a second. So anyway, but there's that. So anyway, the operative word for today is just be mindful of the weather. It looks like we could theoretically get by until late afternoon before any rainfall actually occurs here at Bates Nursery, and we're on the northwest side of town, but it's that close. It's very unusual. So we invite you to come out and see us at 9 o'clock or any time the rest of the day, and we'll keep you apprised if there are weather conditions that require caution. Hopefully we can stay out of the tornadic situations. We all got to go through that. The long form version the other night, it was quite, it was just one of those strange events. So anyway.
Jonathan Schaefer posted on X, everybody's going to know what's in their basement after this week.
Well, he does give you a minute to kind of survey the situation, the lay of the land. So anyway, without further ado, let's welcome in our rest of our cast here. Caroline Gant, Austin Lowen, welcome in, guys. Great to see you today and have you aboard. Tyler Blankenship across the way, who
the Tyler cam is down. I apologize.
What happened?
I did see.
I don't know.
The floodwaters.
Yeah, it was turning on and off, and like connecting and disconnecting.
Well, so we just know by the audible presence that he is here.
You have me in voice.
We'll miss that face though. Well, we get to see you, but our viewers can't.
Anyway, thank you for that, Tyler, and welcome in, guys. So give us a little rundown on what the drive-in was like. Now, Austin, you have an enhanced situation where your house is across a creek, and that presents problems when we're having flooding conditions.
Yes, and I seem to be in the epicenter, it seems like, of rainfall right now. Whenever we started out, I had to get picked up this morning from Caroline, and we got picked up in the first 10 minutes of our drive probably was like not fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of water, a lot of rain.
I was scared to death.
You didn't seem scared.
Yeah,
you seemed
I hit
like
it well.
You were very confident in my driving.
I'm glad I'm here. On the way, I was, oh, man. No, I'm just playing.
Were you
it was
scared
great.
to be in the passenger seat of my car?
No, it was fine. We're here. Everything's good. But it came a flood on us, and then we kind of drove out of it. And it seems like the rain is kind of behind us.
It was behind us.
Yeah, there is one final weather note I did want to bring up. This is our weather station here at Bates Nursery, and we did receive quickly 0.02 of an inch of rain, or the rate of that, 0.04 for the day. But the real number is, we've received 4.63 so far this week.
Yes.
22.5 inches for the year. Now, we're just barely into April.
Yeah.
And we're already well beyond the halfway point of our annual rainfall.
Wow.
Now, 39 inches is about what we normally get. So I don't know what it would do the rest of the year. It would be nice if we kind of got it regularly all along. But those are that's just where we are. Yeah. It's been wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it has. But I'm glad I could safely deliver this precious human to
the
show this morning.
Thank you for doing that.
And Pam did say, are we going to have a live weather report from Austin? Well, she says weathers, but I'm pretty sure you were Austin Waters.
Yes. Austin. You almost had that live weather report today. But no, thankfully I got picked up. So I'm here. So no Austin Waters today.
You did have to walk across your driveway. I felt like a school bus driver picking you up with your backpack on.
Yeah. Walked across the creek. It's all good.
Don't forget your lunch.
Yes. Yeah. I love having that creek, but boy, it causes issues sometimes.
It is a nice spot, though.
Mm-hmm.
And your plants do so well.
They do, yes. Plants are looking good this year.
Yep.
Plants are green. The plants are happy that we're getting all this rainfall,
Yeah, people who have planted are not having to do much with respect to maintenance.
No, I planted a bunch of stuff. Actually, Tyler and I did on Monday on our day off, and we talked about it on the podcast, but we both were like, okay, it's cool today. The ground's wet, and we're about to get a ton of rain. So he and I both got a lot in the ground.
Now, one of the things that people might not be thinking about, but that they should take this opportunity is when you have an excessive amount of water running across your property, it's really a good time if you have like a bundle of these old irrigation flags.
Yes.
And you've got standing water that's problematic, is to mark out the edges of where that is so that you can maybe add some fill material in there to displace that water so you don't have that standing water, to get it out of there. And
a bundle of them is nothing for price either. $4.
Yes, it costs very little, but that is an absolute dead-on level that will tell you where it is, and also it's a good way to take a note of if you've got water. We saw on the news or some of the coverage online. I saw in Green Hills, they had. I mean, we only got. And I live not too far from Green Hills. We got like 4.65. I think they must have gotten like 6 or 7 inches in Green Hills. It was, gosh, it was rolling. So
over there in Belmead got a little damp too.
And
so.
that's
right down the street.
Yeah, that's right down the road. So it's that's how much difference a mile or 2 or 3 can make from the amount of precipitation that you will receive from any of these storms. So again, really want to make sure that everyone stays weather aware, and as they like to say, don't be scared, be prepared.
That's right. Hey, Emily said that flood y'all drove through came through Clarksville first. So some of our viewers already got to experience it. And Pam, you forgot your plant. I know you put a comment on that houseplant reel that Tyler put up yesterday, but I still have it saved for you. So it looks like you're going to have to come back out to the nursery to visit me. And that plant that Pam picked out and then accidentally left here because she got excited about the kangaroo paws that we have back in the annual greenhouse was a Buddha belly euphorbia plant that is really, really cool. I meant to bring one in to show it off, but we have some really cool houseplants in right now.
Do you rub
Pam,
that belly?
come back. You can if you want.
Is it okay?
But it is very toxic. If you're into poisonous plants, get you one of those. It has these really huge leaves. If you've seen Land Before Time, that leaf that Littlefoot has, the leaves look just like that, and then it has these like vibrant orange blooms. It's a very peculiar looking plant.
Yeah, it's
Very
a
cool.
general rule. I would recommend people to not chew on plants that they don't know all about.
Don't do it.
It's not a good rule of thumb.
No.
That's where most toxins come from.
Yeah.
You might be afraid of a rattlesnake because it can actually put the poison in you, but there are other things that if you should not chew on them.
Don't chew on your plants. I did get one when we got them in the first time, but I have mine up high because my cats like to snack on my plants sometimes. So. But we do have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Do we have anything else to talk about before we dive in?
Probably, but not at this point.
Yeah. I think everyone in this room always has plenty to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Our first question comes from Colin. Colin sent us an email.
Hey, Call.
Saying, friends, I never catch y'all because my free morning when Bates is open is always Mondays, which means the three of us, Tyler, Austin, and myself, are off Mondays, so we don't get to see him. I came in on this cold, misty morning with my coffee, Caroline style, just to get another candy corn spirea, maybe a new rosemary, and not to buy anything else. So I ended up walking out with the spirea, a rosemary, some cilantro, and a cart full of the most beautiful dahlias to die for. Huge blooms, very mature, and unbelievably inexpensive. Apparently, I got them right after they came off the rack. I couldn't help it. They called to me. What are y'all doing to me? And this is my first time growing dahlias, so tell me how to best care for them.
Hey,
you
Colin.
love this plant.
Oh, of course. We all love dahlias. Who doesn't? I mean, they're fantastic.
Bates Nursery got started on dahlias because that's what my grandmother grew back in the day.
And they're just unmatched beauty with the flowers. So, Colin, good job, first off. And where you want to put those dahlias is nice, well-drained soil, first off. Okay, so prep that a little bit. And a nice sunny spot, of course. They like that full sun. And then in the summertime, keep an eye on the water. They are somewhat thirsty in the summer. They're not so thirsty right now, especially with all this rain. And they're bulbs, so they're fine in the spring with that. But as the summer draws on, what you might see is some wilting in the dead of the summer if we're getting droughty at all. So make sure you keep them moist, especially whenever they want to go into that bloom cycle, okay? Now, Colin, with yours, you bought them in full bloom. Dahlias are not even thinking about blooming yet, okay? They've been forced in a greenhouse. So once those flowers get spent, let's cut those off quickly, and then let's get new vegetative growth to get that plant bushy again, and then you'll see a rebloom in the summer.
And remember with that little note on Wednesday night, Thursday morning that I said, that's we're gonna likely, depending on where you are, you could have a frost.
Yes.
So
and dahlias do not like cold at all, not even a little bit of frost. Okay,
No.
so Colin, be careful with those. Keep them in the pots till Thursday.
Keep them safe, Colin. Hey, speaking of the temperatures dropping and us getting all this rain, Terry, shout out to Terry up at checkout. Love her.
Terrell.
She's been doing some great control in front of the nursery, but she did want me to remind our viewers that if you have rain gauges, they are going to fill up and you need to empty them because they might freeze and burst, and we do not have enough for replacements for all of Nashville.
Do they have replacements over there?
We do have some.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would,
Because I need one.
as a caveat, I might say that it's not likely that they're going to freeze and break this
I
time.
wouldn't think so.
I mean,
But they will.
well,
Trust
they
me.
will. There is a way, but it's probably got to get down into the mid-20s before that actually can happen. But yes, we don't there's not an abundant supply of them right now. So take good care of your
Let's
rain
go back to Colin.
And
Yeah.
besides this,
Sorry.
they're not accurate if you don't dump them out between rain.
Yeah.
They just keep overflowing.
Yes.
Yeah, you won't know.
Let's go back to Colin's. He mentioned the candy cords by Rio.
Sure.
They are stunning.
Oh, it's a cool one.
Yes.
I would say that's Shannon's favorite shrub.
Shout out Shannon Poland. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I got him a bunch of fancy plants yesterday.
How would that pair with some of those orange knockouts out
you
there?
just
Would that
got-
be a good matchup?
You just got in a
Told
bunch
you,
of
Eliza.
fancy plants this week. I mean, a lot.
In house plants or
Yes.
just everywhere?
But,
everywhere.
Everywhere, but in houseplants, in tropicals, a lot.
We did. And you see a little sampling of it in this room. We'll take a little tour. But yeah, at the nursery, we got in our huge tropical shipment this week.
Ugh.
So
It's so good. I didn't mean to go. Ugh. I mean, it was a lot of work. I actually missed out on that work. I missed a day at work this week, and it was actually perfect. We got the tropical truck in on a rainy day, and what a great place to be on a rainy day, honestly. I mean, 70% of our lot is covered now for the most part, at least for the pretty seasonal stuff this time of year. So they were, all the staff here was able to unload this huge tropical truck and get it all set out and placed. And our greenhouse right now is as full can be, and it's beautiful right now. It's so lush.
Yeah.
Color everywhere, but also green everywhere.
green.
It's so good.
Flowering.
So good. It's worth shopping.
We're talking about our big, if you're like, tropicals, what exactly are you talking about? Talking about houseplants? No, not necessarily. Our tropical annual truck that we get in. It's a huge semi. It's actually more than one. We had 2 trucks come in back to back. So those are all of our big ferns, all of our hibiscus, the tropical gardenia that smells amazing, all of that stuff. Bananas, alocasia.
Mandevilla, dipladenia. All of it.
California bush daisy, which is my least favorite plant to take care of in a greenhouse.
Plus all the ferns, the macho ferns.
No, they're great.
Kimberly
and
Queens.
Kimberly Queens.
Boston, 220 Boston ferns.
Wow.
So much. But yeah, it was a great unload. We had the rain in our favor that day. to
Sometimes
unload
it
and get
does
out.
actually work in your favor.
It does. You are right.
Yep.
But let's switch gears and talk some Nandina.
No.
real quick. I know. Your
Really
favorite
switching gears.
is dwarf firepower Nandina invasive. How big does it get?
Firepower is not invasive, no. Now, you could make the claim that Heavenly Bamboo, the old Nandina domestica, the one that gets big with the big red, the berries on them in the wintertime, that one can certainly have
And it's
invasive
becau-
tendencies.
And it's because of those berries.
Yes.
And the birds eat them, and they take what remains of the berries, and they
disperse
process
them.
They go through the
Yeah.
alimentary canal, and they land elsewhere.
Yes, but I will say when it comes to firepower, I've never seen a berry on a firepower. I don't know if they're sterile or what, but
I think they can, but
yeah, I've never seen it personally. I've never seen any fruit on a firepower ever, and firepower is probably one of the most tidy anyway. Nandinas, they stay tight. I've only seen them maybe 2.5 feet tall. I mean, it's a very tight plant that just sits where it's overused, if you ask me. I think they use them all over the place, and they do stay evergreen. They're somewhat tropical looking, so I understand why they're used.
Popular, yeah.
But they've been overused a little bit, if you ask me. But it is a good plant. I mean, it lives. Even if it loses all of its foliage over the winter, which it has, we've seen that over the past couple years. Once we get down into 0-degree temps, they lose some foliage, they'll reshoot and be fine.
Even stronger. Yeah. Paula Crawford, shout out Paula.
Paula!
I love Paula so much. She's got some Nandina, and she loves her Nandina. She talks about it. She's got it in front of her house. She's got a really funny story about cutting it down, but I'll let her tell that story sometime. So let's get to our next question. My weeping cherry tree flowered and died suddenly.
No.
Any idea why?
I could tell why ours did. We cut it to the ground.
Oh, that would kill it.
We took it out. Yeah, but
Why?
Because
It
it got too big, and it was and Austin can speak to this more, but they don't have that long of a lifespan. I mean, and we really had gotten 17 years out of it.
That's pretty good.
I mean, and it was still alive and doing okay, but it had just really gotten wide, and it was time for it to go. Where Renee's wanting to do some changes to the landscape, and those changes,
Dagnabbit, they're going to happen.
Changes have begun.
That's how it happens.
Yes.
But I have an idea of maybe, y'all, it is Ambrosia Beetle season right now.
Oh,
and
yes.
we need to think and be mindful of this. David, you sent an email to the whole staff the other day from the Extension Service talking about scouting for Ambrosia Beetle. Y'all, Ambrosia Beetle is a nasty insect pest, really nasty. It causes death, not just dying or whatever. It's a straight up death. And what happens is a lot of times is your flowering trees early, they'll flower, they'll even leaf out a little bit, and then after that, they'll immediately crash, okay, and just die. And this is from Ambrosia Beetle, which is a nasty invasive insect here. So doing some now, if it happens to you, it happens. It's already. One happened to me last year on my mimosa tree. Y'all remember? So I'm assuming that's probably what happened. But y'all look up pictures of Ambrosia Beetle, and really not even the beetle, because you're rarely going to see those. What you're going to see is little pinhole pricks in the main stem of the plant, and then sometimes you'll see what looks like sawdust poking out of that hole.
Yep.
That is a borer literally boring into the tree and then pushing out that frass. So be mindful, be looking for this. Pyrethrins and permethrin really help out with a spray on some of your trees that are susceptible to this. So think about
everything associated with ambrosia beetles is right on the line of being something that you shouldn't be able to say on the air, because all of it sounds a little questionable.
Frass.
Right. And anyway, there's they are lethal. That's the long.
Yes.
And there's no the whole point of it is there's no cure for it. If they've been infected with it, you got to cut it down and start over.
Yep.
That's it. So, you really got to be proactive to catch it. Now, speaking of being proactive,
Yes.
there's no proactive activity you can take when you're getting ready to plant that is superior to using Earth Mix garden products. And it doesn't matter which of the products you're using. This time of year, there's a lot of people purchasing Earth Mix garden. And the reason being, of course, is that they're gardening and they're getting ready to plant vegetable gardens and do those various activities. And see a lot of it going out in the green bags.
Yep.
And also see quite a lot going out in bulk,
trailer loads,
super sacks.
Yeah.
So there's Earth Mix Garden is the flagship brand of the Earth Mix, the flagship product, I should say, of the Earth Mix brand. And it's indicative of what you're going to find in the other products. It's 100% organic. Yep. It is totally sustainably produced, and it's done so right here in Middle Tennessee. So you can be assured that all of the best products, there's no chemical additives to it.
None.
It is only thing that's added to it in the supernatural is elemental sulfur, which takes months to break down. That's why it's done well in advance. Also, endo and ecto mycorrhiza fungi and humic acid. Now, these are naturally occurring things in the soil, but what we do at Earth Mix is add those in greater abundance to ensure that you get the maximum ability for your soil to uptake and use the naturally occurring nutrients that are there, and even to be able to take nitrogen out of the air itself. So you can find Earth Mix products all over. Just simply go to earthmix.net and click on this Find Earth Mix tab in the right corner. Click on that, and all the little pins will come up all over, predominantly in the eastern U.S., across Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, western North Carolina. But if you go out west, also out in Crested Butte, Colorado, and Meridian, Idaho, which is near Boise. So. And coming soon to a location near you, because you can simply go up to the dealer inquiries and click on that and find out how you can get Earth Mix at your independently owned store. You're not
ask them to get it.
You're not going to find Earth Mix products in box stores. It's not. It is a product that's designed at a level of quality that is not well suited for the box store environment. It's for serious gardeners who really want to get the best results, and you do so without having to try to figure out what's the right mixture of things to use. That process has already been done for you in advance. So check out the entire line of products over at earthmix.net. Just remember this: success in gardening begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix garden products. And we appreciate you giving us a moment to talk about that and to help you with your gardening efforts by taking the work out of it, making your success level go to a spot that you have never been able to achieve previously. And those people who use Earth Mix know that well because they continue to buy it. So thanks for that. Is my mic cutting out every now and then?
That's your voice.
There is a gate, and I can adjust that.
Okay, all right. Well, I keep hearing myself go away for a moment, and
It's all in your brain.
it's my I can't rule that out, Josh. I've not talked about this really on there, but I got hit by a truck on my bicycle 2 months ago in Mexico. It's what you call ideal conditions, right?
Yes.
I was in the middle of a green lighted intersection, and a truck ran the red light about 5 seconds late, and I got booted, catapulted as it were, me and my bike about 10 feet in the air and 20 feet down pavement.
Ugh.
And so I indeed got a significant concussion from that, and it's not completely gone. I mean, I get these little blank spots here and there that it just occurs. So,
But you had those before.
These
He's so kind.
these are worse.
Oh, okay.
And now they're emotionally charged
Yes.
blank spots. It's very strange. So if I look like I'm
They're
lost
not bare spots. They're blank.
Yeah.
As
If
long
it-
as they're not bare, we're okay.
If it appears that I'm lost for moments at a time, it's legitimate. I am. So yeah. So anyway,
all
there's
good.
that. I thought I'd go ahead and put that out there.
You're
now.
better than most
I
on your worst
I
day,
never
David
I never
Bates.
wrote
Come
about
on.
it. I usually write about. Maybe I will at some point. But.
There you go.
Well, not too many people can say they've been hit by a truck.
That is very true.
You have
On a
that?
bicycle in Mexico.
Exactly.
25 miles an hour. I mean,
Whew.
yeah. And of course, they asked me at the hospital, did I black out? And I said no. Of course, when you black out, you're trying to assess the situation of the thing that is affected with the thing that's affected. And I didn't remember blacking out. You know? I didn't know that there was this whole launch of thing that occurred. I found that out from eyewitnesses after the fact.
There you go.
And there's one guy who ran into him, and I'll leave it at this. He told me, he says, I've never seen a gringo on a bicycle fly before. so I'll go, duly noted.
Yes.
So there's that.
All right.
Well, we're glad you're okay.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay being the operative word. Okay.
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 All
Let's get
right.
into it.
What's in bloom with Austin?
Hey guys,
Hey.
lots of stuff blooming. If I miss something, don't yell at me, okay?
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff out there, so let's get going. Let's start with the little stuff. The creeping phlox. It's beautiful this year, y'all. Just whites and pinks and blues all over the place. I love it. Candy Tuft, true white, beautiful plant. Love it. Hey, tulips. Shout out, Caroline. Your tulips, you did a video. They look fantastic.
I sent it to Tyler.
We even brought a tulip in the studio today to let people know because they are beautiful. You had a great little video you did of them raining on it. And then, hey, there's some more shout-outs going around. My mother-in-law, Patty, how you doing this morning? Your bleeding heart and pulmonaria in your little shade bed is stunning. I've got a picture of that. We've got to get that up. I'm sorry, I forgot that this week. But that picture is stunning.
No, Austin,
I know,
I
I
got
know.
you. I got you.
You got me?
Got
Yes.
Okay,
'cause
we're gonna throw that in.
Caroline
Happening.
sent me one.
Oh, there's my bleeding heart.
Okay.
Right in
That's
front
right.
of my native columbine.
Oh, I love
That's
that
not
plant.
quite in bloom yet, but it's close.
What a beautiful plant. We've got some golden varieties here, y'all. Bleeding heart is such a beautiful plant for the shade. Speaking of the shade, hellebore is still going off. It's a
Yeah,
long
buddy.
bloomer. Yeah, the highway to hellebore over there, Josh. Yours is looking good. Speaking of you, Josh, because you love it more than anything, wisteria
Wisteria.
people. Wisteria people. Are y'all seeing it this
my
year? It looks like
gosh.
chains of blueberries hanging down.
Best smell on the planet.
It's so good, and oh my goodness, it's taking over woods.
And you better
I mean,
like it because
Yes.
You've got it. You've got it if you've got it. Yes, you're right. And it is phenomenal this year. This week has been just fantastic with wisteria. So what a great plant. Hey, some of the shrubs, your quince, your forsythia, and Carolina, didn't forget lilac this week. You're still smelling good?
Mine is.
Fully open?
I would
Okay.
say this is the last week for mine, though.
Okay. Well, still, it's been pretty good for lilac for
Yep.
us.
It's been great this
Lilac
year.
can be a little iffy here, so we're doing good with lilac. Hey, shout out to our general manager, Adam Chapman, who sent a picture last night of his azaleas in full bloom right now. Also, he loves blueberries, and also he loves serviceberry. All three of those simultaneously in bloom right now, looking fantastic, ready to throw some fruit. Okay, rhododendron along with those azaleas still going off, looking good. PJM is a good rhododendron, and it's blooming
Really
right now.
good.
Really good. Hey, your apples and your crab apples still going off. Apples are really nice right now, specifically. They are almost full show. And then, hey, red buds still holding on. Our cherries barely holding on, except for the newest cherry that showed showed up this week, and that's our Kwanzaa cherry. And it's a small little growing cherry tree. It leaves out first and then it blooms, but it's got these double ruffle pink blooms, and they're fantastic. Blooming this week, and they look great. They still got some time to go. And then our quintessential native here are dogwoods people.
Yes.
Hey, if you like pink, if you like white. And I'm a sucker for the white ones. I think they're just somewhat superior. Now, I've seen some really pretty pink ones. Don't get me wrong. I know you're looking at me like
Wow.
that. I don't love the pink of dogwoods.
My pink dogwood is stunning. It's
They're
not
cute.
blooming yet, but when it opens, I will get a photo.
They've been, I feel like, slow to crack this year. I don't know what it is. It's like they're usually like really simultaneous with redbud, but this year they're not even full show yet. They almost are, almost. But those are beautiful. And hey, I thought I'd give y'all, since that's what's in bloom, but I thought I'd give you a little goat of wet plants. Okay, look, we're all dealing with the rain right now. It is soaked. Like David said earlier, you got that wet spot you're trying to fix or trying to help. There's some plants that can do that, and there is a number of plants that can live in wet spots. And there was a lot of honorable mentions in my brain this week for plants that can live in water. Okay, but what I think's the best one and still the most quintessential, just that picture you see on the wall, is the weeping willow tree.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
I said it. I know it's basic. I know
It's not basic.
It kind of
They're
is.
so cool.
It's been around forever. It's still a hot seller for us when it comes to beauty, and you don't even need it with flower power. I know that's weird for me to say. I love flowers more than anything, but a weeping willow weeping in a field next to a pond
With
as
a
you
light
drive by,
breeze
with the
moving
breeze moving
silently.
it,
We're doing the
reminds me of Pocahontas.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all, there's not a better plant for a wet spot area than the
I'm
weeping
sure
willow
there's
tree.
a reason for that, but
Mother
we won't-
Willow is what you're
We
talking about.
watched it last week.
Yep.
Okay.
So Pocahontas
She's
gave
the-
you the goat this week.
she's the wise tree.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you. Thank y'all for that. Thank you.
Hey, you actually did forget something, and
Oh.
we talked about it on your way here.
I did. What was
Yes.
it? What it was?
Your neighbor.
My neighbor.
has-
Oh, I forgot. Yes, she's got Virginia bluebells and wood poppies. And
Oh,
they've
wow.
just like spread amongst this like moist kind of side hill shady area, and man, they were really pretty.
Cool.
You don't see them all that often, and the wood poppies, they're cool. They little yellow blooms kind of turned down a little bit, but in this little like creek scenario, shady thing,
It is a great shade plant. I put a picture on the Gardening Inside Out Facebook page and Instagram of mine. I hadn't heard of it, and it's a perfect plant. So easy to grow. I've got it in my full shade bed. We are about to get a bunch in. Bridget, shout out Bridget, is about to get a lot in down in perennials. She sent me a photo of Virginia bluebells blooming when she went on a hike the other day. So
Yeah.
that is something that is popping up in the woods right now and
Yep.
looking
Very cool.
fantastic.
a couple of cool natives that we have.
I got a quick shout out.
Go,
My
Josh.
across the street neighbor
'Kay.
has a white dogwood,
Mm.
18 to 20 inch caliper. How old is this tree? It is absolutely stunning.
60, 70 years
That's
old.
old.
Anyway.
That's an old
Amazing.
one. Oh,
Amazing.
when they
this
get
year.
that old and they don't have any like pest issues or pathogen issues or whatever, and they're healthy, they're stunners. I mean, showstoppers. We pass one on the way home every day that I've actually mentioned to you before to look at. It's on the corner of a home. It's probably been there 50 years. I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
I've been looking at it since I've been a kid, but it is a big, growing, large canopy dogwood. It's showstopper. I mean,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a shout out quickly to Burdell Campbell. Those of you who don't know Burdell, she lives over in Germantown area of town, and she has this protected garden, and she has some all prize-winning trees. She's got a Virides Japanese maple out by the sidewalk that's 15 feet across.
Oh, my
It's-
gosh.
It's
Wow.
unbelievable. But she's got a ginkgo that's, I'm going to say it's 65, 70 feet tall, and it's 24 inch.
Wow.
I mean, it's the biggest one I've seen in Nashville anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So she really has some cool stuff. And what really caught my eye is she has 3 Akuba over by the house that had big cutback stems. This is from now 2.5 years ago when they're finally coming back up.
Wow.
It's taken them a while, but she's been patient. 99 years young.
Wow.
Burdell Campbell. She is an amazing woman, along with my stepmom Martha Bates, who is 99 years old as well. I'm
Wow.
not sure which one of those is going to turn 100 first, but I predict they both will.
Wow.
Great.
That's amazing.
So.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing just to see that many springs,
A lot of flowers that you're going to get to see blooming.
Man,
Yep.
and you mentioned ginkgo. What a beautiful leaf out, if you will. Like whenever
Yes.
they bust leaves, it looks like little little florets all over every single stem. Like it's so nice. I mean, I'm so excited.
I was standing under that huge ginkgo tree, looking up, just going, "Wow, that is just what a view!"
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
they're
amazing.
stunning.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Tyler, did you have that tulip little video?
I was trying to get it shared over. Still working on it.
Oh, okay.
I do have this other video though. If we can try it, and maybe we'll have audio, maybe not.
What video is it?
It's this.
Here we go. If we
No
don't,
audio.
Tyler, you have to narrate over it.
Hi, this is Caroline, and I'm showing off all the tropical. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't even switch
Not
that
even
over. Let's see.
There we go.
Hey, there
No.
she is.
Oh,
Doesn't look
there's
like we
gonna
have
be
audio.
Oh, well,
I'm
we did
sorry.
a little
I'm still trying to
tour of
figure
the
this
back
out.
greenhouse, so you can actually see all the K&M, the big annual tropical truck we got in. You get to see some people that work back there. I know we got to see Janet. We get to see Michelle.
Wow.
But y'all, look how full and gorgeous it is back there right now.
It's busting. It is busting with color.
I
Yeah.
predict you can find something that you will like.
Oh,
And
If
You
you
have
can't
to do
find
some
it here,
digging. Yeah.
there are simply too many things to choose from.
and yeah,
If you don't know, we'll help you find it.
that's right.
Oh,
And then
we
we'll
will.
have to go search for it.
And then
Yeah.
we'll find stuff that we need on our way.
how it
It's like
goes.
every
I'm
time
coming
I
back
walk
for that
in there,
later.
every time I walk in there, I see something else that I had not seen before.
And you know what noise you make? Ah,
Oh, I need that.
I need that plant. All right, let's get back to questions, everybody.
All right.
Let's see. Suggestions for a woodland shade garden bed.
Ooh.
We just
Well.
talked about two, Virginia bluebell, wood poppy.
Uh-huh.
A great one would be the woodland phlox. It's a little upright phlox that has kind of a periwinkle color bloom.
That's a cute one.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly cute. And we talked earlier, bleeding heart and pulmonaria. Y'all, check out, Google pulmonaria real quick if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's a beautiful little.
I'm getting it up on screen. So
Yeah, you
can
need to,
spell it.
because like that's a good little plant for this type of site as well.
Yeah, I just planted some in one of my shade beds. A really cool one that I bought here, but we haven't had it in a couple years, but hopefully we get it, is bellwort. That one is a very, very cool woodland plant that comes up. Mine's starting to peak up right now, and it comes up pretty fast, and then it has these bell-shaped yellow blooms that downturn. But they downturn so much that it's impressive. I know you hate flowers that don't look up,
They're
but
ashamed.
these just weep. They're, oh my gosh, they're so cool. When I told Bridget, I showed her a picture of it. She was like, "You have that plant?" I love it. But
Well, let's be honest. This is a great question because this is happening a lot more. Okay, there's a lot of shady sites that are staying more wet nowadays with as much rain as we seem to get here. So
Right.
this is a great question, and we have a ton of plants that fit this scenario. So really, what's great is you get to come out and look at them. We'll let you know, like, yeah, that's fine in some moist shade. Okay. And then you can look at 10, 12 different options and choose which one you like. Like, it's a big topic right now. And tons of these plants are natives around here, too.
Now, how much shade can ITEA handle? Amy?
Deep shade, honestly.
So, that's
Yeah.
another, if you're looking for a shrub
Shrubby, mhm.
selection, they're very moisture adept. And that's one of the unusual characteristics about that particular shrub is that it can handle full sun. It can handle really fairly heavy shade.
Yes.
It can handle evenly dry or really soppy conditions.
You're
So
right.
Pretty much
Versatility.
perfect plant.
It is. I mean,
Yeah.
it truly is.
Yeah.
It's an underused plant. The biggest problem people have with it, I think, is that it does kind of sucker. Okay, so like you'll see sprout. It'll make a stand, is what I call it.
Right.
You start here, and then you're here, and then you're here. You know,
Right.
the stand gets bigger every year. So if you have a limited space, and it's going to creep through your garden a little bit.
But
So
not like bamboo does.
no, it's not like crazy aggressive, and it's not even invasive. I mean, it's a native around here, so
Yeah.
it's good. It just know that it is going to expand.
It's a clumping-
So, yes, so give it some space. But versatility. I mean, one of the most versatile plants you could ever use. And then not even to mention the clean, glossy foliage, the white blooms in the spring, and then followed by fall color that's stunning as well.
Yeah.
It's a great plant.
Absolutely.
It's a
It's
great
really
plant.
good. Ben Trest, shout out Ben Trest. Full
Benny.
of shout outs this morning. He got me one for my birthday a couple years ago, and it has grown. It looks really good. It's starting to leaf out right now, but I even like how it looks in the winter because it's kind of red sticks
red
that are
sticks,
still
right.
up. Like, it's a good one. Our next question is about another shade loving perennial. Does ladies mantle grow here, or is it too hot? I would say it is a little hot, but if you were going to try it, which we have them here, you'd want it in that woodland bed. Like, it would be happy there.
Alchemia, I believe, is the genus of that plant. And yeah, if you get it in the right spot, though, like this exact spot we were just talking about, kind of some moist shade, and some protection specifically in the dead of the summer. Is it going to look great dead of the summer, like in August, like you said? Probably not going to look just fantastic, but it will live here and perennialize just fine.
It will be fine. I love shade beds. Solomon seal, that's another one.
Good plant.
I've got a couple different those. And
What about that eclipse hydrangea? Might work in that situation too.
Oh, my eclipse is awake.
Mine
And
is
coming back
too.
from the ground, though, so probably won't really get any blooms on it. But that's okay. The
Okay.
foliage is, goth like I like and just beautiful. All right. What low ground covers are awesome and which to avoid in our area? Minus ajuga, I already have it.
When you say awesome,
Awesome. I want a really cool one.
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on shade or sun. We've been
Yeah.
a very shady topic today, but I mean, for sun ones, like I started with, the creeping phlox is one of your, all-time goats.
That's an
Yes.
OG. Yeah.
I mean, it's been around for everybody. Consistent performer every year with no attention. No, literally, you set it out 25 years ago. It's still coming back for you, like in your lawn. So what a good one. But plenty of ground cover options out there.
There are a lot. Tyler and I actually grow this one, which I would never call it a ground cover. I wouldn't have until I planted one little 4-inch that I got here, but it's the paprika yarrow, and it grows very low for yarrow. The leaves don't get really tall. I mean, the blooms will get tall-ish, but they're not nearly as tall as like your moonshine, like the yellow one you see. But my 4-inch pot, which was like this big, has
4 inches.
now come into a space about the size of a bird bath
Wow.
lid. Actually.
Okay, a bird bath. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Bird
In
bath lid.
less than a year. And
Wow.
it is dense. Like there are no weeds, no grass, nothing growing up. So that one's pretty cool. I would avoid creeping Jenny.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would
Do not
probably
plant
avoid
that. I have
No.
it. It escaped a pot, a mixed container, and I will never get rid of it.
Jenny's on the run.
Jenny Jenny is on the run.
She ain't creeping.
hey, no
She's
matter
sprinting.
no matter what you're looking for in the way of plants, there's a really good chance that we've got it right here at Bates Nursery and Garden
Really?
Center. Yep.
Huh.
And you can start off if you really want to get an idea of what all that entails. There's a search bar right up here at the top of batesnursery.com, and you can search what you're looking for. Or you can look at it by categories, going over here to all the
Wow.
trees, shrubs, ground covers, tropical plants. Let's just go over here to tropical plants. I just want to see what shows up there because Mary and
yeah.
Rachel and all they all work really hard at keeping our website images and all of that up to snuff, so you can just kind of browse through there.
And these are usually live plants that you've got here at the nursery now, right?
These no,
Yeah.
not usually they are.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We all of these photographs that you see are of plants that are actually here. They're
So,
not come
Listen to
off
that.
the internet
Yeah,
somewhere.
listen to that, folks. I mean, that's stuff that's on site here at
Right.
3810 Whites Creek
Yeah.
Pike.
Say if you wanted to look at hibiscus, for instance, we'll just click on that. And
How
see
about
what-
low biscus?
Well, I picked a bad one there because
Okay.
that one doesn't seem to be coming out.
Okay.
So, for whatever reason,
That's the low biscus. That you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm imagining some of them are still going through that
But
addition process.
yes, and because this truck has literally just come in
Oh, wow.
this week. So anyway, there is a great
Unbelievable.
selection of not just that, but everything else we have online and here at the nursery at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. By the way, in case I don't know if I've mentioned this, this is our 50th year here at Bates Nursery. We built the garden center. 1975 is when we built the garden center.
Wow.
I don't know where those 5 decades went, but I was here. Again, I hit my head a while back. So come out and see us. We have not remained content to leave things as they were. The last several years, we have worked really diligently. To improve our facilities and bring things up to 21st century standards. Well, we've got 166 parking spots. We've got well over 200 shopping carts. We've got more, as Austin said, I don't know what the percentage is. I've never looked at it, but we've got a substantial portion of our shopping area from the checkout all the way to the very back of the greenhouse continuously covered. So you can, if it's a showery, rainy day like today could be, you don't have to worry about being out in it. If you're looking for perennials or annuals or or tropicals, or shade plants, all those are all together. You're easily able to check all that out here at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And by the way, I write a newsletter every week, and this latest post this week is called The Weather Report. And you go, well, wait a minute, he doesn't even know how to spell weather. Well, that's part of the point of this. So you can go to the website. And if you don't subscribe already,
Why not?
well, and I don't know why not. We've got more than 33,000 subscribers.
It's free, folks.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's worth every cent you pay for.
It is absolutely. You should charge for it, but he doesn't.
And if you decide you don't want it, you can just unsubscribe. We don't share your information, so we're glad to have you aboard. Or if you need to step away, well, that's okay too. Check it out at batesnursery.com, or you can sign up where it comes straight to your inbox every week. And here's where I talk about weather with an H, and how that those two terms, particularly at this time of year, are somewhat synonymous.
Yes.
It's whether it's going to rain, or whether it's going to frost, or the weather is going to rain, or anyway, you can read what I've written, and also all the other things that go with what I write every week, and you never know what direction it's going. So just remember that as you read. It is right there at batesnursery.com, where we are conveniently located 1 mile north of Briley Parkway at exit 19 on Whites Creek Pike. And that's just minutes from Rivergate, Opry Mills, Nashville West, downtown Nashville. And no matter where you're coming from, it is worth the drive from anywhere. We have folks who make the drive annually from far-flung locations around the eastern U.S., and it's not just the southeast. I mean, we get people from southern Indiana, from southeast Missouri, from Knoxville, from Atlanta, Birmingham. So we have things that are not readily available elsewhere, and we have the expertise to help you get the right plants in the right place the first time, and that's Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932 and celebrating our 50th year of the Garden Center. Come check it out and see why the readers of Nashville Scene have voted us Best of Nashville 20 times in the last 21 years. Bates Nursery and Garden Center. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's where we are.
Yep.
And what we got in this room. Tyler.
Hey, oh, sorry.
In room with Caroline.
Talk about dead air.
Almost thought I was gone for a second, didn't you?
Yeah.
It was more than the.
You wouldn't know. Nobody would know if I left.
It was more than the
We would
Tyler
know.
cam.
Just kidding.
Hey, he did it. He's here.
Yes, so now you know Tyler is in fact in this room with us. All right, let's go on a tour of what we got. You already saw a little sampling of it in that video, but we have painted lady hibiscus tree form in the corners, but we also have it below the TV and bush form. Wow, why do all of
easy
my
for you
words
to
get
say.
hard this time when I do my spot?
Bushery.
So we've got tons of hibiscus back there. This is just one kind that we have, but again, you can see that we've got tree form and then a little shrub under the TV. And then in between, it's kind of crammed in there. Hard to see. We've got Duranta. Look at that.
Duranta.
This is a great little plant that's going
I
to
think it
attract
should
a
be
lot of
named
pollinators.
Jimmy Duranta. That's a.
I think it should be too.
You gotta be old as Josh and I to understand that joke.
Yeah.
But apparently
I know who that is for sure. But this is a great one with these little spillers. I mean, look at it. It's like a little waterfall. It's like kind of like a wisteria in a way,
bit.
like a tiny little wisteria bloom. It's so great. And then we've got our Kimberly Queen ferns. Look at them. They're upright, the most upright fern that we've got here. We got some huge ones in. I think they're in 14-inch pots. There was a picture I took with Owen standing in front, and I mean, it's bigger than Owen. It's not as
big.
tall as him, but it is big. So if you were looking for a huge fern that can handle sun, that can handle shade, that can handle pretty much anything, and it needs to fill some space, come get one of those because they are massive and stunning right now. Then we had to bring in petunias because y'all, look at that misty lilac. She disappeared. Now that's
Pretty
apple blossom right there.
Yes.
So we'll talk about this one first. This is actually a petunia that I am trying this year. I walked back there that was still on the rack and I saw that light pink color and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. And then Austin was like, Caroline, yeah, that's an OG tunia. You need it.
That's the best bedding petunia on the market.
And
Gorgeous.
I've got it. I haven't planted mine yet. It's actually probably still in my car.
What a clean looking flower and foliage that is. I mean, it's just amazing.
Just a subtle difference between this one and that one.
And
too.
what is that one right there? That is Misty Lilac, Austin's favorite. Let's go ahead and pan over to that other side in front of Josh.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Wow.
it's on
I guess I
camera.
wasn't looking when it switched. It is on camera. And you're going to plant yours. You
Yeah.
haven't bought
Oh, I
it
got
yet.
But those two are to me, when it comes to waves, which are the spreaders, and then the bedding plants, which is like these 4-packs, two of the best varieties we sell of petunias, of actual just performance, okay?
I'm excited.
telling you.
I'm excited about
paired
my
together?
apple
That would be
blossom.
just amazing.
They're great.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
gosh.
not a bad idea.
and the amount
Josh.
of picking at them is optional.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to deadhead them and all that. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. They'll continue to flower.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then we've got super petunias in the middle, these little yellow ones that you see in front of, what are those? Dahlias that we've already talked about a little bit, but we've got some back in the greenhouse, as we talked about with Colin, because he bought some, but we got some back in.
Oh, they got some
are
better
here.
shot.
They are such a happy little flower.
They are
I
indeed.
say little, but some of them are very large.
Massive.
Yeah, massive flowers. Ben grows the dinner plate one, and he's brought those in before, and they are huge.
Huge.
And then caladium is kind of a staple for annuals. Shade loving annuals right here. We've got just a few right now. Now, these do like it warm, so we don't have a ton back in the greenhouse. I am waiting to get mine probably until May is when I'm going to get them and put them in my mixed containers.
You do not gain anything by putting those out early. You just need to wait.
You might lose them. Yeah. They are not happy when it's kind of chilly outside.
Get them and enjoy them in the house for a while, or move them in and out.
There you go. I mean, people do keep these as houseplants, so you could try it as a houseplant for a month or so and then move it outside, like David mentioned.
And to just interrupt you for a moment, what I would suggest to folks, if you have like specific numbers of certain colors or sizes of things like that, and you really, really want them, don't wait until later, because somebody else is going to buy them.
That's right.
And we can't, this first crop that we get in is always the bigger crop, because they've been growing them all winter. The next ones we come in will still be good, but they'll be probably 2/3 the size, because that's just the way it works.
That is a great point.
So, if you see it and you really want them, this is not a sales tactic. I'm just trying to keep you from having to suffer the indignity of disappointment. And there's nothing worse than indignant disappointment.
But the caladium we have right now look great. We don't have a ton. We will get a lot, but come on out. And then on our hot plate, we've got a yellow tulip. Look at that. Austin actually picked that out. And then I was like, oh, that should be our feature plant. And you were like, seriously, Caroline? You were bad-mouthing tulips just a couple weeks ago on the show. I wasn't bad-mouthing it. I just said it was not my favorite spring bulb to plant.
Kind of bad mouth.
But I think I've changed my mind, because I have a bunch of tulips that I've planted over the years, and I planted like a mass of these pink tulips. I'd sent Tyler a video. We might not be able to get it up, but I got a little video of them like blooming in the rain, and now they might be my favorite.
Well, Austin's interplanting of those with pansies is the best way to get the best out of all of it, because they don't bloom for a long time. They're really wonderful when it's early, but to get those two flowering together, you do have a lot of stem, and the flower is all tucked up the top, so you're getting to look at a lot of green otherwise. So having that full color at the base really helps a lot to enhance it.
But they are pretty. I love mine right now, and they're planted right behind my Bath's pink dianthus that's about to be full show. So once those tulips are out, my dianthus will be fully blooming, and I cannot wait.
Nice.
But thank you all for going on this tour with me. Hey, we got a comment from Kim, who was out here, yesterday?
Yeah,
yep.
Kim.
Kim said, nice to have met Austin in person yesterday. So yes, yesterday. Thanks for your help and advice. Should I wait to plant my petunias until after the cold snap?
Kim, I was so happy to see you yesterday too. Thank you. First off, thank you for being patient. As you noticed, we are very busy, so you saw me at once, and then you didn't see me again for like 30 minutes. But that gave you time to shop, and then you shopped by yourself, and then ended up with petunias. So I'm so happy
He's
with
so
you.
Proud.
Thank you. It's I don't know where you live, but you told me I think you live right next to the Cumberland River. Yeah, let's wait. Maybe not even because of frost. Maybe more because of wet. Okay, I don't want those petunias getting beat down by the rain. Okay, Kim. So just
it would
give
break
it a minute.
his heart if that
That's
got
right.
beat
But
down.
I'm very happy that you bought those. And yeah, let's wait it out just a few days, and then we'll set those petunias out, and they're going to be great for you. Great work. Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, we kind of had a discussion last evening between Julie Patterson, who's the procurer of all things green at Bates Nursery, and the general manager, Adam Chapman, and myself about what we're bringing in next week. This is a difficult time because of the weather. We've got cold, we've got wet, but at the same time, we don't want people to come out here and not get what they're looking for. So, we tried to think through, should we cut our order back a little bit? And we decided no. Go for it. Don't let fear and common sense get in the way. I would rather at this time of year in particular be long on things, and so we feel like we'll be in good enough shape regardless of what the weather does. This is not our first rodeo, so we were able to talk through that and at least know that if we've made the wrong decision, we made it jointly.
Yes.
That's right.
You made it together.
Can't blame it on each other. Hey, Tyler, could you get that with all this moisture in the air, that
Yeah.
picture that I sent you?
Yes, I have that, but first I'm going to do
Okay.
this, which is the... Oh,
It's
man.
so tiny.
Why did it do that?
Tyler,
This is insane.
hey, it's still great. Look at the beauty, though.
There it goes.
There it
No,
is.
it's
Oh.
not. It's snapping.
Wow.
It wants to be
but
tiny.
you can see the dianthus that's about to bloom right next to it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yep.
Saw
my
the
goodness.
Kind of
raindrops.
saw it. I'm
All
not
right.
sure how well that transmits. Oh, there's.
This is Josh's photo.
Yeah, this is not my photo.
Oh.
With all the moisture.
Relayed from Josh.
Yes. My daughter is in Joshua Tree in California.
Mm.
And in the desert,
No
you
relation.
see that beautiful, beautiful cactus, just color.
Just hanging out right
Just
there.
hanging
That's
out.
the best.
Uh-huh.
I wish I had my glasses on.
Yeah, when those chala cactus are doing their thing too, that's magical.
In the high desert areas, when you get a rainfall and to see how instantly the whole desert
Hours.
changes.
Yeah,
I mean,
in hours.
it's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yep. I have a friend who just moved to New Mexico, so I'm excited to go visit her. Hey, we got a live question
North or
about
south?
petunias. I can't remember where she is. Will wave petunias self-seed if not deadheaded?
A little bit, but I've grown them for years, and I have not seen much of that, just so you know. I mean, I do see sometimes seeds left over, yes. Now, do they readily germinate in the spring? At least for me personally, no, they haven't. But I'm pretty quick to get in my new annuals, so I kind of disturb that process. So it's possible that it could happen in self-seed, but I don't
It's
see
not
it very
gonna be
much with
crazy.
waves.
I haven't
I've
had it.
seen them occasionally winter over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
mine
can
wintered
that
over.
usually happens more so than seeding.
Exactly.
It does happen. Hey, Tyler, do you want to get to some photos?
yeah.
All right,
Think
let's
we
do
got
it.
more.
Would
Let's
you do it anyway?
Yeah, I would.
All right, where are my photos? Which one are you throwing
I know
up
where
first?
mine are.
Well, we got
Do we want to do
We
Pam's
got
Ito?
we got the big bear spot. You got that one? No?
Bear spot.
Pam's
Yeah.
Ito?
Pam's Ito, yes.
All right. So Pam is saying David Bates reminds us every week to plant things in the right soil,
There you
environment, space, etc. This is a prime example of why we should listen to David. I really wanted my greenhouse landscaping to be the same on both sides, but it's not working. One side gets full sun and one side does not. Look at these Ito peonies. Even the gravel I have used around my greenhouse looks a completely different color. I promise it's the exact same. Moral of the story, matching sides is not working. I will be moving these sun plants to a sunny location where they will thrive, they will be happy, and I will be too.
Well,
Yep.
you know, and what a spectacular plant, even with no flowers on it.
Right.
The foliage is so wonderful on Ito peonies. That may be the best thing. And you don't have to stake them. You don't have to spray them. They really are a magnificent plant. There are plants that are developed that are overhyped. Ito peony is not
Or
one
not.
of them.
Oh my gosh. I love mine. I've got two and I absolutely love them. All right. Is the bare spot from Andrea the hosta bed? Is that
Yeah,
the one?
hosta bed under red bud.
Yep, this picture is of a hosta bed underneath a red bud. The stream behind it runs in the spring and summer. After big rains, this bed is underwater and all the mulch washes away.
Well, you can tell
Any
that
suggestions?
that's already happened.
Yeah, kind of like your driveway. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Cameron. Thanks for that.
Remulch.
Yeah, I mean, we can get some more plant material, I think, for sure in there. Y'all know me, and I love my grasses. I think
We put
grasses...
Can we put a barrier on the backside of that?
That's kind of what I was thinking. A barrier of grasses maybe along the whole back. We could use Itea like we talked about. Sweet Spire again. That could be great filler.
Some stones.
What I think really that you need the most, that you need to pick one of these plants and roll with a bunch of numbers of them. Okay, that'll immediately make that bed look better when you just fill space.
And if you're going to remulch, usually like shredded hardwood mulch will stay
Yeah.
put much better. Now, it's not a perfect decision, but it will. It'll stay put a lot better than like pine straw or pine bark. Those are all had the tendency to float away, as you already know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or blow away?
blow
Or blow
Yes.
away, yeah.
But yeah, we can help out with that spot. That'd be a fun one to do. Kind of fill some of that space.
come on out and see us. Come out in the rain. We'll still help you. All right, Colin is hopping on the Japanese maple train.
Colin.
Oh, boy.
In a photo of his Japanese maple.
Let me see it.
That's right. And for some
bum,
reason, that
bum.
photo is not there.
Oh.
Can we do
Amazing,
one other
Colin,
one while
though.
I get that? The hosta one? Can we do that
Yes,
from Emily Boyd?
Emily Boyd. So Emily Boyd said the hosta are not in bloom, but are certainly in growing mode.
Emily.
Must
Emily, this is
move to
insane.
shade
Beautiful.
soon. Wow, Emily. I love hostas. Look at that.
Emily, you've been out a whole lot this winter. I know you have. and
Emily.
I know a bunch of them hostas came from here, and they're looking good. We talked last week about Japanese maple foliage color. Hey, hosta foliage color, y'all. Look at all the differences. The blues, the chartreuse, the deep green, the variegation, all of
It's
those.
just
It's a beautiful bed.
The
Look
thing
at
with
it.
hosta, like I have become big into mass planting of the same thing, of the
Yes.
things that look exactly like. But with hosta, I have a mass planting of all different hosta. I don't have any pairs. It's all single, and they just look so great. It's like a field of all these different color leaves, like you were talking about. So. Emily Boyd, I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see the photo of those
One
planted.
thing, two things about hostas be mindful of are slugs and
Voles.
voles. Both of those love hostas, so you kind of need to be proactive.
Well, she's
about
beating
that.
it with the pots, most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're beating
yeah.
it with the containers
that
that,
helps
she's
a
got
lot.
them in.
And I've got Collins here if you want to get that one real
We'll
quick.
finish with that.
Throw it up. I want to see
Boom.
this maple. Hey.
Oh,
Looky
Colin.
there.
Oh, wow.
Colin.
Wowza. Yes, you did hop on that Japanese maple train.
Nice.
I bought myself another one this week, actually.
Oh, early spring maples are so good. I was looking at mine last night. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Well, that went by fast.
Yes, it did.
Pachoo.
Let's do it again next week. What do you
Okay,
say?
I think we'll be good for that.
Aye,
So,
aye,
I'm
Captain.
coming in.
Anyway, be weather aware, folks.
Yep.
You know, this everything is pumped up, full of water. It won't take much rain to get flooding conditions. So just be mindful of that. And
Turn around, don't drown.
That's right.
Yeah, and turn around and come on out here to the nursery today. I mean, that's what you need to do because you can stay inside for the most part.
Yep. If you're
Okay.
worried about that,
They got umbrellas, big ones, great big. So they'll
so
help
come
you.
see us.
Come see us.
See you
Yep.
next Saturday for Gardening Inside Out.